LeighTDickey.com. Well, hello everybody, Leigh Dickey here. Welcome to another episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, a general interest / audio biography show from the mind of yours truly, Leigh Dickey. We will cover everything from interesting news stories. You'll get stories from my life, and we may even do watch-alongs of certain TV shows or clips that I find interesting to cover here on the Beats and Speaks podcast. But today's episode is all about golf. Yes, I am a fan of golf, and I will share the story and my experience of going golfing the last couple of weeks, or at least 2 out of the last 3 weeks, with this certain group here in Toronto, Canada, and share how much fun it was. So without further ado, we'll get right into the body of the episode. But before we do that, I just want to let you know that the Beats and Speaks podcast is available on my official website, LeighTDickey.com, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. So subscribe, leave a review, and let me know what you think of the Beats and Speaks podcast. Now that that housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into the body, into the bulk of today's show. The times, or the last couple weeks, where I went golfing with this group here in Toronto and my experience with it. So here we go. Yes, I went golfing. We all tried to channel our inner Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Mike Weir, Laurie Kane, Seri Pack, and so on. Maybe Rory McIlroy, who knows? We're not professionals. This is just something fun to do. I actually got an invite from a friend of mine, Julie, so shout out to Julie. Thank you for the invite, and thank you to the group for having me. The group I'm referring to is C3 Toronto. Thank you guys for inviting me out. I promise I will make it out to as many things as I'm invited to. But this was fun because I started golfing in high school. My old high school had a golf team. I played a little bit there. And I started in high school. Like, I would just hit the driving range, hit the putting range, or whatever. And I stuck with it. You know, not that Tiger Woods was a big deal in terms of me growing up. Like, he was the hottest thing in golf when I was a kid, along with Mike Weir. He had his run. Phil Mickelson was there too. And I always gravitated towards golf for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I thought it was low impact. I'm like, you know what? I can walk the course. Yeah, I can swing a club. No big deal. And I ended up playing a bit in high school. I played a bit in college and in university. But I've always found golf really fun. And when I got the invite to go to this C3 golf event, or you know, where they went, I think, every second Tuesday within like June and July. It was fun, and I only went 2 times. 2 times in July. I think it was the 9th and the 23rd that they had the events, or the time that we went to the driving range, right? And when I say golf, that's basically what this was. We went to a driving range, and we just, you know, we hit some balls. It was a lot of fun. You know, I hadn't picked up a club in probably, I'd say 5-10 years, probably since my college and university days. So it was a lot of fun for me. Getting to do this again, you know, getting to meet some new people, getting to meet some new cool people through my friend Julie. So thank you again, Julie, for that. And thank you to the C3 core group of members for just accepting me for even the 2 weeks. But I promise I will make it out to as many events as I possibly can, so long as I'm invited. And, you know, getting to swing a club again felt like it was a lot of fun. You know, it felt like I was at home. I felt comfortable again. And hey, I hit the ball as far as I could. I think we got up to, I might have gotten to maybe 100 yards, 110, maybe something like that. You know, I can't hit them as far as I used to, but fact is, I got the ball off the tee. I had fun doing it. Thought I was Jack Nicklaus for a day, but it was still a lot of fun. And what can I say? Like, getting to do that, getting to meet these people from C3 through a mutual connection through my friend Julie, it was a lot of fun because they're good people. And the thing is, the driving range that we went to, I hadn't been there in probably, I don't know, at least 10 years, I'd say, maybe more. We went to the Cherry Beach driving range in Toronto's East End. So if any of you guys are familiar with that, that's where we went. And I hadn't been there in a long time. So getting to see it again was a lot of fun. Getting to hit the balls as many as I did and as far as I did, I felt right at home. It was a lot of fun for me. And I really can't say anything more about it other than I had a ton of fun. And I thank Julie and the people from C3 that were there. Andrew, Marcia, Rob, Cecilia. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. But it was a ton of fun for me just to, loosen up and have a little fun in July and in the summer. I mean, that's what, as I get older, right? Because I'm 30 now, I'm wanting to have more fun in the prime of my life. Because when I was growing up, I really didn't have that much fun. I didn't get invited to many places. I didn't really go anywhere. I was stuck on my laptop. I was basically just doing work. And as I get older, I'm realizing that I want to have more fun. So if getting back into something like golf, which is something I really enjoyed, or getting into whatever, so long as it's an activity and keeping me active and keeping me occupied, keeping me distracted from life as it is and as chaotic as it can get, then I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a blast no matter what, because I just want to enjoy my life as I get older. I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun. And with this C3, let's go to the driving range and have a ton of fun, it was a ton of fun. I mean, the main event really was the Cherry Street barbecue that is not that far from there, maybe a kilometer and a half, if not less. It's probably just around the corner. I'm probably, over exaggerating the distance. I probably could have walked there you actually can walk there from the driving range. It's not that far. But the main event was the barbecue from Cherry Street Barbecue, and they do have killer barbecue. So if you're ever in the area, check out Cherry Street Barbecue. And if you ever want to hit some balls at the driving range, check out check out the Docks driving range or the Cherry Street driving range. I can't remember what the name of the place was, but it was a ton of fun, and it took me back to the days when I first picked up a golf club and swung it. I'm left-handed, by the way, so I know most people that play golf are right-handed, and that's basically most of what we got, where people brought right-handed clubs. It's unfortunate. I don't have my golf clubs anymore. I had sold them off years ago. But it was a ton of fun for me, and getting to pick up a club and just getting to swing away at my heart's content and getting to see the ball go as far as it did, I had a ton of fun. And I got to a point where I was like, I could still swing a club. I could still do this. I'm not Tiger Woods. I'm not Payne Stewart. I'm not Jack Nicklaus. I'm not even Sam Snead, but I'm having a ton of fun. I had a blast. It was more than I could have hoped for. So I thank Julie. I thank the people from C3, Rob, Marcia, Andrew. If I'm forgetting anybody, again, I'm sorry. It was a ton of fun. If you ever want to golf, check out the Docks driving range or the Cherry Street driving range, whatever it's called in Toronto. It's probably one of the, especially at this time of year, it is probably one of the better driving ranges. I find it was a beautiful setup, honestly. There was an upstairs level, and then where we were mainly, or where I was downstairs, because, having a walker and then, having to walk stairs, I happen to be allergic to that activity. But when it comes to, trying something new or putting on an old hat, like golfing again, for me, that was fun. I had fun. It was a blast. I can't really say anything more. Where I just getting up there to hit some balls as far as I could, I honestly, no kidding, I was aiming for the cart, couldn't quite hit it, but I mean, the guy that was picking up the balls on the range, I legitimately, that was my goal. I'm like, can I hit the guy moving? Fortunately, I couldn't. That's okay. Still, it was a ton of fun. I had a blast, and I thank these guys to no end. I am forever in your debt. So, Marsha, Rob, Julie, Andrew, everybody from C3, thank you for having me along, and thank you for making me feel welcome and at home. It was just a ton of fun. Like I said, the Cherry Street Barbecue was the main event, but getting to meet all these cool people, getting to hit some balls off a driving range, a lot of fun. Yes, movement for me, not that easy, because I hadn't picked up a club in a number of years, but once I got the hang of it, it was like old times again. It was like I was back in high school. It was like I was picking up a golf club for the first time, and you can't really say anything other than that. It was a lot of fun, and it was just one of those things where I was going to experience it. I mean, everybody there was so gracious, so nice, and very warm and accepting and very welcoming. The golfing part was just the bonus for me. I was like, cool, I get to pretend I'm Mike Weir for the day. But it was fun for me. I had fun. It was a blast getting to meet some new people. I can't say anything more than that other than I had fun. It was a lot of fun. I thank the guys from C3, and I will make it out to as many events as I'm invited to. So if any of you guys get to listen to this show and listen to me gush about how much fun I had, just, going back to something that reminds me of my youth, where I got to pick up a golf club again and got to hit balls off of a tee, and then got to see them travel as far as they did. And honestly, the goal was to hit the guy moving on the cart that was picking up the balls, although I didn't get that far. However, I had a ton of fun. So if you're looking for something to do, if you're looking for something as a summer activity, whether you go to the Cherry Street driving range or the Docks driving range, whatever it's called, or you go to another driving range where you're closer to where you live, pick up a golf club, go to a driving range, have some fun. It's actually very lethargic. I find that it'll relieve stress or whatever. Like, having fun and, going through an activity will relieve stress. That's what I find. And that's what these 2 times going to the Cherry Street driving range did for me. Whatever I was thinking of, I let it all go. I left it all out on that driving range as I was having fun, meeting these people and having a good time. So, to everybody that was there, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. But if anybody is looking for a summertime activity with the amount of summer that we have left, I think there's something, by the time this goes up, you're probably going to have about 4 or 5 weeks left in summer before the kids go back to school, before you go back to work, before everything gets back to normal. If you're looking for an activity, I say go pick up a golf club or go to a driving range, rent a golf club, hit some balls off a driving range, hit some balls off a tee. It's much cheaper than going to an actual golf course. So I'd say go do it, okay? Because you're going to have fun. You will, for me anyway, it relieved a lot of my stress. Like, yes, I understand that golfing is an expensive habit, but going to a driving range and hitting some balls off of a tee, that experience, if you've never done it before, like, yeah, it's intimidating, but as long as you have fun, as long as you enjoy it, and as long as you're there to have fun and enjoy it and let go of whatever ails you in that moment, you will let go of what ails you in that moment, because I promise you, you're going to forget everything and just soak it all in. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly why I'm gushing so much and thanking Julie, Cecilia, Rob, Marcia, Andrew, anybody and everybody that was there from C3. Thank you again for having me along. It was a ton of fun, and I appreciate you guys to no end. So, I mean, other than like having a ton of fun and like letting go of all my stress and getting to swing a club, I mean, it was great, right? Plus, there was the Cherry Street barbecue at the end of the night. A lot of fun for me. It was a total stress reliever. I felt comfortable in my skin again, I mean, and I'm realizing that as I get older, I'm getting more comfortable in my skin. And the thing is, I didn't really feel comfortable in my skin up until a couple of years ago. So getting to a point where A, I'm getting invited to go places. B, people actually like me for who I am and don't judge me for the things within my life and the fact that I have to use a walker and the fact that I'm disabled. The fact that there is all that out there, plus, I got invited to go do an activity that I'm familiar with and that I enjoy, and plus the food at the end and meeting these cool people. It was honestly mind-blowing to me. And I thank them all from the bottom of my heart and with everything that I am. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for the invite. It was a ton of fun. I promise to come out to more events so long as I'm invited. And it was just something that I will take with me for as long as I live. It was a ton of fun. And if you're looking for an activity, I'd say just go to a driving range, pick up a golf club, hit some balls, and you will be surprised at how much fun you have. But there it is, my experience with going golfing, or at least going to a driving range and channeling Jack Nicklaus, Mike Weir, Tiger Woods, Sam Snead, Laurie Kane, Sari Pak, whoever your favorite golfer happens to be, or even if you're just channeling all your stress and letting it all go and leaving it all out on the driving range, it was a ton of fun. Okay, and for me to do that again after so many years away from it, it felt like I was right at home. I felt welcome. It was warm. I mean, the fact that it was July and the sun was out, and we're in the middle of summer, it was great. So if you're looking for something to do, if you're looking for something that could relieve your stress, if you're looking for something to just have a ton of fun with, whether it's with the kids, or by yourself, or with your partner or your spouse, whatever, go pick up a golf club, go to a driving range, go try something you haven't done before, or at least haven't done in a long, long time, because you'll be surprised with how much fun it is and how much you miss it if you've done it before and it's been a while. But if you haven't done it before, try it. Okay? You'll never know whether you enjoy something if you don't try it. So just give this a shot. Get together with a group of friends, go to the driving range, pick up a club, and, grab a bucket of balls and just start swinging. You'll never realize how much fun it is until you get out there and you try it. So what I'm basically saying to you guys is get out of your comfort zone a little bit, be comfortable with who you are, be comfortable in your skin, and you will find people that will accept you for who you are. And along the way, you'll have a ton of fun, because this thing called life is quite the awesome ride. And while you're here, you might as well enjoy it. And I did when we went to the driving range, plus the barbecue at the end. But I am forever indebted to Julie, Rob, Marsha, Cecilia, Andrew, and everybody from C3 for letting me come along and accepting me and making me feel welcome and, letting me hit a few balls off a tee. It was a ton of fun for me. So if you're looking for something to do, you're looking for something fun while the summer's still here, check out the Cherry Street driving range or the Docks driving range in Toronto, or just check out a driving range or golf club wherever you happen to live, because truthfully, it's a ton of fun. I mean, in my opinion, I think golf is a pretty low impact sport. Those that play professionally and or are more serious about it may tell me otherwise, but it's not as an intense sport, I think, as others. So just check it out. If you're looking for something to do, if you got the time, check it out. I mean, we have a few weeks left in summer, so you might want to just do something and have fun and enjoy the rest of the time that we have in summer, right? Whether it's with the kids, with your partner, with your spouse, just do it. Try something. And you'll be surprised at A, how much you like it, and B, where it's been all your life. Check it out. I promise you, you will have fun, much like I did. So thank you again to C3, Julie, Rob, Marcia, Cecilia, Andrew. Thank you all, you guys. I appreciate it greatly. I am forever in your debt. And this has been another episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. You can find the Beats and Speaks podcast on my official website, LeighTDickey.com, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. New episodes release every Friday at midnight Eastern time, so keep an eye out for that. Leave us a review, write some comments, subscribe to the Beats and Speaks podcast on YouTube by searching for Leigh Dickey TV. Thanks again for listening. We will see you all next Friday at midnight Eastern time. All right, I'm Leigh Dickey for the Beats and Speaks podcast and LeighTDickey.com, signing off. Peace. LeighTDickey.com